Just cruising.
Well, baby, I don't care.
Just cruising.
As long as you take me there.
Just cruising.
Somewhere to clear my mind.
Just cruising.
Just cruising.
Just cruising.
Well, baby, I don't care.
Just cruising.
As long as you take me there.
Just cruising.
Somewhere to clear my mind.
Just cruising.
Just cruising.
Okay, we thank God we are back again on this beautiful radio station. This is Melody 100.7 FM. It's Way Back Wednesday on, you know how we do it. If you're listening for the very first time, on Way Back Wednesday edition of the Cruise Show, we take you to some beautiful songs of the 90s, songs of the 2000s. That we do not play current songs on Way Back Wednesday. That's why we call it Way Back Wednesday. When I got to the city,
Just cruising.
Somewhere to clear my
I asked a question.
Cruising.
The same question I've asked in Lagos several times. Who made the rules that old school tunes, songs of yesteryear, can only be played on the Thursday? Everybody will be doing old school Thursday, throwback Thursday, throwback Thursday. And I asked, who made the rule? And I will change the rule. Okay? And Melody made it possible for me to change the rule. And I changed the rule. And I brought Way Back Wednesday to Ibadan. I also brought back in the day on a Saturday to Ibadan. And I know you've been loving it. And that's why you said we are the Odogu. You love us. And that's why you all want to be tomorrow at the Theophilus Ogulesi Hall to see what is going down there. We're expecting you tomorrow. And of course, it's going to be the bomb, the blast, the crescendo of everything. My boys did yours but dirty yesterday. Sorry, I couldn't join. I was in Lagos. Something held me down. I wanted to just fly down straight, but something held me down. Yeah, just to be good as well. Part of what we're doing. Okay? So welcome back. Right here. It's going to be the bomb. I'm going to be welcoming my top scorer very shortly on the sports segment of the show. All right, on behalf of the team here, Akorede, Daniel, Bobola, and of course, Amos, Moses. Everybody working together to make sure everything is Sengemenge in level. This is the voice of the baddest, the freshest, the craziest, the prettiest of them all. My name is Pretty. You call me the finest, the nature's finest, DJ Pretty, the finest. All in one in all. You know, when I come through like this, the atmosphere has got to change because I come through for Shizu Mwanizu and I bring it for Illa, like the thriller, a Manila. I be the biggest big killer, like a gorilla. 100.7 is still the villa. Welcome to the ride. SCLECTIVRTY. Always the name of my game when I represent. And I kick it back and forth like Jackie Chan. So let's do it one more time. The Cruise Show with the finest on the Thursday and on the Wednesday. And it's Way Back Wednesday edition where we bring some throwback songs for you. And let's begin this way from Brandy. From the album Full Moon in the year 2000. This is Aphrodisiac. Yes, let me be your aphrodisiac for tonight. If you know, you know. If you don't know, ask somebody. Welcome.
Whatever you want, I got it, Bobby. Don't hesitate, holla at me. What I'm looking for, simple you see. Love is support and sexuality. When I'm with you, I don't wanna leave. Need you just like air that I breathe. But when I'm not with you, I'm missing nothing. Got a lot inside, need to release. You fulfill my every desire. When I'm with you, you take me higher. You my aphrodisiac. You're the only one I'm needing. When I go, I'll come back. 'Cause there is no way I'm leaving. You my aphrodisiac. You're the only one I'm needing. When I go, I'll come back. 'Cause there is no way I'm leaving. There is no way you can get away. Need your love every day. Medicine can't cure the way that I feel. What I need is my inner feel. Being without you, making me ill, stressing me out. I need to chill. Something that's strong, gotta be real. Nothing or no one, show my skill. You fulfill my every desire. When I'm with you, you take me higher. You my aphrodisiac. When you need it, when I go, I'll come back. 'Cause there is no way I'm leaving. You my aphrodisiac. I need you when I need it. I go, I'll come back. 'Cause there is no way I'm leaving you now. DGN, you're the only one I'm needing. When I go, I'll come back. 'Cause there is no way I'm leaving you now. DGN, you're the only one I'm needing. When I go, I'll come back. 'Cause there is no way I'm leaving you now. DGN, you're the only one I'm needing. When I go,
Sade, dis-moi, qu'est-ce que tu as cherché? Le bien par le mal? La vertu par le vice? Sade, dis-moi, pourquoi l'évangile du mal? Quelle est ta religion? Où sont tes fidèles? Si tu es contre Dieu, tu es contre l'homme. Sade.
Baby, you send me Baby, you send me Set adrift on memory bliss of you. The camera pans a cocktail glass behind a blind of plastic planks. Finds a lady with a fat diamond ring. Then you know I can't remember a damn thing. I think it's one of those deja vu things, or a dream is trying to tell me something, but will I ever stop thinking about it? I don't know. I doubt it. Subterranean by design. I wonder what I would find if I met you. Let my eyes caress you until I meet the thought of Mrs. Princess who often wonder what makes her work. I guess I'll leave that question to the experts, assuming that there are some out there. They're probably alone, solitaire. I can remember when I caught up with a pastime intimate friend. She said, but you're probably gonna say I look lovely, but you probably don't think nothing of me. She was right though, I can't lie. She's just one of those corners of my mind, and I'll just put her right back with the rest. That's the way it goes, I guess. Baby, you send me Baby, you send me Set adrift on memory bliss. Baby, you send me Baby, you send me Set adrift on memory bliss of you. A careless whisper from a careless man. A neutron dance for a neutron fan. Marionette strings are dangerous things. A thought of all the trouble they bring. An eye for an eye, a spy for spy. Rubber bands expand in a frustrating sigh. Tell me that she's not dreaming. She's got an ace in the hole that doesn't have meaning. Reality used to be a friend of mine. Cause complete control, I don't take too kind. Christina Applegate, you gotta put me on. But guess whose piece of the cake was Jack Bourne? She broke a wishbone and wished for a sign. I told her whispers in my heart were fine. What did she think she could do? I feel for her, I really do. And I stared that, the ring finger on her hand. I wanted her to be a big PM Dawn fan, but I'll have to put her right back with the rest. That's the way it goes, I guess. Baby, you send me out. Baby, you send me out. You said adrift on the river. Baby, you send me out. Baby, you send me out.
Beautiful song coming through from PM Dawn. Yes, Set Adrift on Memory Bliss. Beautiful song right here. Yeah. What a song. Of course, this song, a beautiful, beautiful song. You heard the song from Enya earlier. Of course, that one titled Enigma. This song were recorded during the same time. Of course, we used to rock them back to back in the day. So I just had to bring it to you. Of course, represent. Let's do sports. Let's do sports right now. Let's talk sports so that we can settle the matter at once. We settled it last night, and let's quickly also make it happen. Yusba. Next time, they will not come near us because my boys are deadly. Let's talk sports right about now. Of course, it is Melody 100.7 FM in the city of IB. Still basking in the euphoria. Everywhere is going gaga now. I'm telling you, everybody is expecting just a few hours before we rock the city for you. Tomorrow is the D-Day. And let's do this right now. At the other side, more entertainment.
From deep and out. That's a smashing ball. It's Martins.
Josie, your ball. A good ball.
And it's just out to the ball.
Goal or Desi.
Sensational. What a wonderful finish. That is the most embarrassing own goal. Oh, what a goal. That's something out of nothing. He struck it sweetly. And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybook stuff.
Yep. When you hear the tune like that, you know it is time to talk sports. And of course, it is 4 o'clock about this time on Melody 100.7 FM. The Crew Sport. This is how we represent every time. I got my swag on, so let's do it one more time. Of course, I got my boys in the building. We're going to be doing this together. My name is Pretty. You call me the finest, the nature's finest right here. Let me unleash. I said... You know, they said one of the guys from Yosba, I won't mention his name because they beat them like thieves yesterday. He was telling me, finest, the way you're doing this thing, the way you're saying this thing, you'll not be able to talk after the match. Because we deal with you guys. I said, we will do you guys dirty. I know the boys I have. All these boys, like Bam Bam has not done much of what people like us have done. So he's very agile. He's very active. And that is why I said I was going to unleash Bam Bam on these people. Isn't it? Maybe that's what I've been saying, that I will unleash Bam Bam on these people.
Yes.
And I did unleash Bam Bam. They never saw it coming. When you score 4, they say score 3 is hat-trick. If you score 4, it's quadruple. Now you score 5. What are we going to call that? Bam Bam killed them all. Okay? Those bad guys were just looking at him like, how is this guy? I don't know what our coaches are doing. They should come and look for this guy. Bam Bam. The magic. Let's even begin like that. What's the magic?
First of all, good evening, fighters. Good evening to all our listeners. It's nice to be on the program. Well, the magic
5 goals. You're just scoring yaga.
Yeah, it was all about teamwork. The defense, the midfield, because we played 1 goalkeeper, 2 at the back, then 1 at the midfield, and I was at the front. Okay. So it was just easy because they were supplying the passes. I was just down to the job to just score the goal.
Who was supplying the passes?
Lamadex.
Lamadex was supplying it. So he was the Leo Messi.
Yeah, he was doing the dirty work. He was helping really hard in terms of the marking and also giving very good passes. And also the GM from the back.
The goalkeeper.
Giving us long passes. And he was always telling me, run to the front. But some of the passes were high for me. I couldn't jump. But at least I made I think I scored one with one of his passes.
Wow, that was beautiful. I mean, so it was a great one. It was a great one. So, Bobola, Daniel, Eniola Falabi, the sports marshal, the GM, of course, Moses, and of course, Lamades. Yes, a beautiful one right there. Who else? Who has played? Apart from these guys I called?
That's LYD.
Yes, LYD also scored. Beautiful one right there. So next time when you use by Here Melody, they will run very far because we did them dirty. We beat them yaga. We beat them like criminals who stole a goat in the market. 8-4. The game ended. 8-4. It was Honorable Iwole from Moniya that first called me and said, "What's the score line?" I said, "We beat them 8-4." He said, 8-4, okay. He shouted with his wife. We were listening. I mean, they were calling me together and said, "What about you? 8-4. That's too much." So, I mean, big up to you guys. Yeah. Of course, that's how we roll. That's how we represent. Okay. So, let's talk. I mean, there were casualties in the Australian Open early this morning. Yeah. I mean, the thing is getting clearer now. The boys have been separated from the men and it's going down. But one guy that is still looking like he's not ready to give anybody a chance is Carlo Alcaraz. That boy, he doesn't smile. His face alone. Mm-hmm. He looks very scary. He's ready for anything.
For the male, I don't think there's really too much upset. Yeah, so far so good because the guys are still the ones there. Alcaraz is there, Djokovic is still there, and Carlo Alcaraz, Sinner is there, still there. So there's even one to one number 8 that is still remaining with the guys. So Djokovic, he defeated Musetti, Yannick Sinner defeated Shelton, and these are the regular guys. These are the guys that we expect to be at the finals right there. It's just the ladies that we've been seeing major upsets. Yes, with Coco Gauff right there.
Coco Gauff. Iga Swiatek is out too.
Iga Swiatek is out.
The way Irina Lebakina beat her, I was wondering. 7-5, 6-1, that game ended. I never saw it coming because I thought Iga Swiatek would have. Daniel actually said Iga Swiatek should be watch out for that. She, before the competition started, Daniel was talking about Iga Swiatek being the one that will be the one to go all the way. But they're beating her now. And of course, Jennifer Peguela as well beating Anna Anisimova.
Yes.
Another beautiful one right there. But it's getting difficult, right, for Novak Djokovic now because he's going to be playing Yannick Sinner.
Yes.
He's playing Yannick Sinner next.
Yeah, Yannick Sinner. Because Carlo Alcaraz is playing Zverev.
Exactly.
So, wow. And this is where he always gets it really difficult. He always gets it really
guys have said this way. He
gets it difficult, and both of them really wants to win. Carlo Alcaraz, Yannick Sinner. For Yannick Sinner, I'm not too impressed with the way he's been playing, but Alcaraz has been dominant. He defeats 3-0, 3-0. He goes straight. For Yannick Sinner, there's always a bit of upset with this game. So if it's Carlo Alcaraz, I would say that for Djokovic is over. But against Yannick Sinner, I still feel like he can manage. Yes, he can manage to get a win right there. But for Alcaraz, no. You know when it gets hard for Alcaraz is at the final against Yannick Sinner. That's when it gets hard for him.
So that means you're saying Sinner might lose to Djokovic?
Yes.
Then Djokovic meeting Alcaraz in the final?
Maybe, yeah. That's what I think.
Wow. Let's see. But for the women, who do you think? I mean, the way
Arina Zabalenka. I saw a game early.
She's deadly.
Because last time out, she lost in the finals to Madison Keys. In the finals.
Yeah, exactly.
The previous one, she won. That's before 2025. 2024, she won that. So I know that she's been in the final. She's a regular finalist.
Yes, she's always there.
Always in the final. So this time out, now that there's Coco Gauff out, what number 4?
Even Iga
Swiatek also out. So who's going to push?
They are clearing the road for her.
They are clearing the road for her. So
you think Jennifer Pegula cannot do that?
No, she can't. I saw her today. She was
very furious.
My goodness. I saw a highlight and I was wow.
Okay, so watch out. Tomorrow we're going to be telling you what's going to be happening again. So the way it's going down now, little by little, Saturday, Sunday, you get to know who has finally won the competition. That's the way it's happening at the Australian Open right there at the Melbourne Park in Australia. Okay, and of course for the regular season also, games went down earlier this morning. Of course for the regular season in the NBA, of course, for Washington Wizards, 116-111, Portland Trail Blazers, but this one surprised me, Bam Bam. Yeah. New York Knicks beating Sacramento Kings by 103-87. That gap was too much. Close to 50 points gap.
The NBA so far so good. There's been wide margins so far in the NBA season right there. But I'm not surprised. New York Knicks, last time they were at the semifinals. quarterfinals, semifinals in the NBA season, and they were really, really dominant. So I'm not surprised. Sacramento Kings, they're just they're not really top in the NBA. When it comes to players, they don't have dominant players. They are one of the few teams in the NBA that don't have a standout player that everyone can look at the team and say, oh, they have a standout player. I mean, one of the players that they have is Westbrook, DeRozan, but these guys are getting old. And their own type of getting old is they are not getting better. At least Stephen Curry is getting old. We are still seeing him put up magic. For Westbrook, after when he was NBA best player in 2016, that was the last time I heard of Westbrook. I mean, he has gone really down the road. At some point, he was at Lakers. Now he's at Sacramento Kings. So it's, for me, not performing well. For New York Knicks, they have Karl Anthony Towns. There's Brunson, who is very, very magical. Last season, he had injuries, but this time he's back and he's firing in all cylinders for them and getting doubles right there. So for New York Knicks against Sacramento Kings, I'm not surprised. The top guys in Sacramento Kings are not helping out. Maybe Sabonis is one of the guys helping, but Westbrook and DeRozan, for me, they are not helping Sacramento Kings. And those are the guys that should be leaders for the young ones. So for New York Knicks, it's all the best there. Yeah. All
the best to the New York Knicks, of course. And for other games, also went down. Phoenix Suns also defeated Brooklyn Nets 106-102, and Utah Jazz were beaten by LA Clippers 113-103. Of course, we have a whole lot of things to talk about because Champions League, for the first time, we are seeing what we've never seen before. All the 18 games being played in one day, in one night. I mean, we're coming to that very shortly. I'm telling you, it's getting hotter in the UEFA Champions League tonight. But in the meantime, let's go to football now, and let's begin with our boy, Rafael Onyedika. Good news, he's going to be facing Marseille tonight. He's back for the Club Brugge. You know, he had injury worries earlier, so right now they said he's fine and he's on the list to play Club Brugge tonight. So we look forward to seeing what Rafael Onyedika, I mean, he did very well at the AFCON.
Yeah, it was decent, but maybe not compared to Wilfred Ndidi. It was a bit shaky. And I used to say that most of these players, they can play well for their club team, most especially teams that are not in the eyes of people. If you are playing for Arsenal, it's compared to your national team. If you are playing for Man U, because the fans are there, the banters are there. But when he played against Nigeria, you know, he has not been familiar with that position. Wilfred Ndidi has owned that position, so it was a bit shaky. So compared to Wilfred Ndidi, it wasn't bad, but compared to Wilfred Ndidi, for me, it wasn't the best performance. But for Club Brugge this season, it's been fantastic. I remember the game against Barca. He was able to even level with the likes of Pedri in the middle of the park. So for Onyedika, young guy, he's the future of the Super Eagles in that position. So I'm expecting a top performance for them, helping out Club Brugge ink that one. If they win today, they will still have to wait to see if they can
what happens at the end.
Qualify.
But they made it difficult for themselves before now. I'm telling you. Talking about Ndidi that you talked about, a very sad news came through that his father was knocked down by a driver in Delta State. I mean, it's a very sad news. The man was knocked down. Where there has been outpouring of messages of love from NFF, NSC, of course, to Super Eagles players, to Wilfred Ndidi, because the father died when he was knocked down by a vehicle on the road in Delta State. Well, our hearts also go out to Wilfred Ndidi because it's not a very good time for him right now to lose a father, because his father is a very big supporting figure for him. And when you have a father that is supportive, there are a whole lot of people who are looking for father to support them. You now have a one that is supportive, then it just goes like that. I mean, very sad situation.
One of the things I can remember is the Papilo dance he had. And he said it was because of his father. He loves Kanu Wako so much. And he said he even spoke to him in the morning.
Exactly.
Before
the incident.
It's just very sad. And the Lord give the family the fortitude to bear this responsibility.
That's a big prayer, my brother. That's a big prayer. So our hearts go out to him. So, because we're outpouring of love for Wilfred Ndidi. May God be with the family. Of course. All right, let's quickly go now. With all eyes on Victor Osimhen tonight. I mean, they're already at the Etihad. Can Victor Osimhen do something against Man City? Already at the Etihad, because they need to win that game.
Yeah. They need for Osimhen, yes, he can actually do something. We've seen him against Liverpool this season, against top teams, and he has delivered. But it boils down to the team of Galatasaray. helping out Victor Osimhen. Lately, they've not been playing well for me. And maybe it's because of the absence of Victor Osimhen during the AFCON. But for me, Galatasaray have dropped in their performance, and it's not nice because they started on high. At some point in the Turkish league, they were unbeaten. At some point in the Champions League too, against the top clubs like Liverpool, I saw Victor Osimhen. I mean, it was everywhere for them. So for Osimhen, it has to be in action for them today. At some point, he was the highest goal scorer, but now he's being topped by other guys like Haaland, Gordon, Harry Kane, and even Kylian Mbappe right there. So for Osimhen, yeah, he can't do it alone. Just like he said to Adebayo Lookman during that incident, it's a team game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I know Nigerians will be banking on him because one more time, Nigerians love to see Victor Osimhen compete against the big guns because people feel like the Turkish league is not the best league for this player. And for Osimhen, if the big clubs are not coming, because at some point he had issues with Chelsea during his transfer, they were not ready to pay big figures for him. So if he has the opportunity to prove himself
it tonight
against
because
them,
in England now.
Yes, he has done it against Liverpool, against Man City. It's not like they are the best right now. Man City for me, they are still a bit shaky. Their defense is still.
So if he does something, he's done it against Liverpool. If he does something against Man City tonight, do you think more interest will be coming from England for him?
Yes. Maybe just the age factor that might not be of advantage to him, but proving against English, that's one thing about English teams. If you prove to them that you can do it, the likes of Sadio Mane, Southampton against Liverpool, he scored. Jurgen Klopp said, I have to bring this player. Although he's been watching it for a long. Van Dijk was in Southampton too. He was solid against them. Minamino too. Also, different players. These are, if you give a manager tough time, they'll want to bring you to their team to just secure a particular position right there. So for Osimhen, now they are not world-class strikers, and every world-class striker, they are not young world-class strikers. World-class strikers are more than 30. Lewandowski, Harry Kane, they are getting to their peak right there. Maybe just Kylian Mbappe. So now it's still 27, 28. So I mean, he's still got 2 years. Why not? He can still play in England.
He's already counting 2 years. Right? We're talking about another Nigerian player. I mean, sometimes I get bothered when I hear players being linked to clubs that I don't like touching. How will Frank Onyeka, with all he did at AFCON, be linked to Coventry City? No be juju be that. You know, that's not an insult. Coventry City.
I don't even like the fact that players move from Premier League top side to
go to the
it just shows that you have not done well.
But that's why I'm asking, because we all he did at AFCON, isn't that enough proof to make big clubs to come for him? Why Coventry City of all teams?
Well, for midfielders in particular, I used to say that for strikers, stats always do justice to them. For midfielders, stats don't really do justice to midfielders. Importantly, stats do help midfielders. Goalkeepers, stats do help them. For defenders, I mean, there's also stats for them that, your blocks. But for midfielders, if you are not, tackles are not still part of it, because now modern football expect that even wingers should also mark the ball. Strikers are the only ones that are limited in terms of marking the ball. So for Frank Onyeka, even Brentford has not given him playing time. They don't believe so much in him. I feel like his type of defensive midfield is aggressive. England, they like aggressive midfielders, but still technical. But I don't think Onyeka's game has that much of technicality. It can be very, very aggressive, but technical. Kante is aggressive, but it's very, very technical. If he holds the ball, Kante can move around the ball. But Onyeka cannot do that. He can't move. He can't be like maybe the Frank de Jong, who can mark the ball and also try to give splitting passes. So England football requires so much from midfielders. You have to mark. You have to be able to give solid passes. You have to be very, very composed in the middle of the park. So for Frank Onyeka, for me, his strength, just like everybody call him, is the tank, marking the ball. But football has really gone past that. Football doesn't require you to have just one position. Just like you always say in media, that you don't have to do one thing. If you're a presenter, you should be able to try other things too.
You must be versatile.
Like you must be versatile. So football has really, really gone past just being a solid DMF, just be marking the ball, a Casemiro type of DMF. Even Casemiro even with his age, he has upgraded his style of football.
You see him on Sunday, he was moving up and down.
Up and down. So that's one of the things I think Frank Onyeka is lacking in his game. But Coventry will always give him playing time. And playing time is what players need to showcase themselves to the world.
Okay, all right. For the before we go to Champions League, there is a threat coming through from the coach of Power Dynamos, saying that they will do Rivers United dirty. And first, I laughed the way you laughed. And I remember what happened to them in Uyo when they played Bakane, when they already were winning, right? And before you could say Jack, 2-0, they went down. So, and I said, anything can happen in football.
It's probably what even gave him the confidence to do that, or to say that. Because that was a poor performance. Imagine holding them for 90 minutes.
Because why I'm even bringing this up is for our teams, because isn't it a shame for Nigeria that as big as we are, only one team, one stadium will be approved by CAF and FIFA for competition in Nigeria. And this thing is affecting our intercontinental football competition, because Rivers United are not used to Uyo now. They will be used to their stadium in Port Harcourt. But because it's not approved, that's what I think would have happened to them in Uyo. Can this similar thing happen again against?
Let's even talk about even fans. Fans play pivotal role.
Most they are the fans.
So I mean, even with the state of the economy, how many? Before you even buy tickets, how many fans are willing to even travel all the way to just watch the game? You understand? So most fans will always want to watch games at the comfort of their own. Lagos Salami Stadium is easy for us to go and watch the game. Rather than me, it's just passion that will make some people just
I want to travel with the team.
And the ones at Uyo, they are not actually
the fans of
they are just supporting. They are just coming to watch. Okay, maybe because we've got a Nigerian game.
Let's just go and watch. I just want to go to where to chill out.
Chill out, yeah. You understand? So they will not do all of this. For it's just going to be playing game. For me, it's just like a neutral ground in your own city, because we know how Nigeria is. If you are not from the States, nobody gives that so much energy to support a club. So that's one of the major factors. And even the pitch too really affects them. And for me, both Power Dynamos and Rivers United, they've got nothing to offer.
You think they can't even?
No, even the Power Dynamos that they are making, the coach is making money. He has lost already. How do they want to?
They are at the bottom of the log. He says he wants to use Rivers United to this weekend. He will use Rivers United to move up.
Just move and still go home back to Zambia.
Oh my God. Okay, let's go now to the action tonight. UEFA Champions League action all around tonight. The composer of this is in heaven already, if you ask me. You can't compose this kind of song and still miss heaven. You cannot compose this kind of song and miss heaven. I'm telling you.
Let me use the word, wallahi talai.
Wallahi talai. I mean, he can't miss heaven. This person, may God bless his soul. I mean, talking about here Mozart doing beautiful one right here. You have a Champions League tune. When you hear this tune, even you are not a footballer.
Yeah.
You are not there on the pitch. It moves you somehow. I mean, I remember. The way Bam Bam was just saying, "Hi, this tune." He had to voice it out. That is what this tune does to you. Now imagine the people who are on the field and they are playing this thing for them when they want to start the game.
I remember Ronaldinho. I saw him and he was licking his lips. He could not wait for some other players. They pray. I see some Nigerian players. They pray that God, I finally got to this stage.
I'm telling you.
So I mean, it's just.
Oh my God! I mean, it's a big stage. To play in the UEFA Champions League is something. To even win it again,
it's not.
That is why one Kwanu. If you need the judge, you cannot rule them out when it comes to those who have achieved greatness in their game. All right, let's go to. But first thing, before we start looking at the fixtures, I asked this question in Lagos. UEFA want to survive this onslaught, because at least we know in a football game they have close to 8 officials, right?
Yeah.
Referees, the guys, the assistant, then 3 in the VAR room, the match commissioner. So how do they want to manage 18 matches and they need at least 8 officials in a game?
I just thought about it too. That's a very solid angle too. Thinking about it, that how did they get?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that since Monday in
because,
Lagos.
I mean, they would have up to maybe at least 6 officials for
At least
for a
6,
game.
exactly, for a game, and
So-
they have 18 games, all
That's
to
a
be
lot.
played at the same time.
At the same time, so it's quite crazy.
I don't know
honestly.
where they brought this idea.
Well, it goes to the planning because it's not now. They would have done all of this. I know for UEFA Champions League, there's always close to 200 referees.
Yeah,
So
they have them plenty.
They have them.
But do you think it's good for football? We play all of this. Before we used to play some on Tuesday. I mean, you now select. Now they want to make us to miss some games we would not like to miss, because now you have to be stuck to one while you're checking the live score for others.
I hope they do the Premier League thing of goal rush. Maybe
Okay,
as
when they
we're
play
watching
here,
there,
yeah.
they will see the goals from others. But then I like it.
Oh, you like the
I
idea
like the idea.
of 18 games on the night?
I just like the feeling
Eh?
that 18 games, because you just get to be checking every other.
Yeah.
There's always that interest.
Wow.
I mean, well, the 7-7, Tuesday, Wednesday is also fantastic. But I just think UEFA Champions League, they're trying to spice things up, making it the last game. That's match day 8 for everybody, and just have everything together. Maybe that's it, because we've been having Tuesday, Wednesday. So
Yeah.
I would love to experience the feeling, because this is the first time.
Yeah,
I would-
exactly.
and you know, one thing about first time is we just learn to be in that moment and also try to see it or compare it to the previous moment. And so far so good. Just like the way the Club World Cup was there, when everybody, we don't like the Club World Cup settings, but eventually people like it.
love it, yeah.
So that's how I feel like
Even when the
people would-
format of the UEFA Champions League was changed, where they didn't group them,
Yes.
people were like, we don't understand this thing.
But
But it's
now-
becoming
You know one thing about football? I think football is just one very lovely sport that no matter if you love the game, you adapt to the system. That's what football does. So let's just see how this one pans out. It's going to be fun at the end of the day.
Let's see how it pans out. All of the games at 9 p.m. tonight. All of the games. AS Monaco, Juventus, bam bam. Let's look at this. AS Monaco, Juventus. I mean, Juventus, they beat Napoli like thieves the weekend. So they are basking from that euphoria. I mean, facing AS Monaco. And the last time AS Monaco were beaten like criminals by Manchester City.
Yeah.
So that means it's a game that these two must win.
Yeah.
And two people cannot win at the same time.
Juventus' last games have been very, very fantastic. They've got a new coach, Spalletti. Spalletti understands the game.
Exactly.
And I give him, thumbs up. The way he has, it's still the same players that they've had
Exactly.
since the season started, but he has transformed the game using the experienced player to play the game. Udis, in their last game against Napoli, Udis was there. He was doing his job, doing his magic. Consensao on the other side, Mikeni, a couple of other. For Monaco, they've dipped in form. And one of the things is they have a long injury list. Apart from Pogba, where they have about 9 players injured for them. So, so far so good. Their last games have not been solid in the league. But I still think Juventus, they've got this one up. Fine, both teams are still in the playoffs zone, because Juventus, they are currently 15th on table and Monaco 24th. But Monaco needs this game more than ever, because the likes of Club Brugge, they will be licking their lips too, because they want to go far. And if the likes of Club Brugge get all 3 points and Monaco don't get, those guys will climb them, they will drop. So
Exactly.
for me, at the end of 90 minutes, just because of the fantastic run of Juventus and what I saw in the last game against Napoli, I think it's still a win for Juventus.
Okay, a win for Juventus. Ajax and Olympiacos, do they stand a chance? Both of them? Is in that? I think Ajax, Olympiacos. Can we say any C stand a chance?
Ajax back to Netherlands, Olympiacos back to
Greece.
Greece.
So nothing for these
them.
ones.
Both of them will be horrible.
Okay, and of course the ones with the 100%, 7 out of 7, Arsenal against Kairat Almaty, the team that everybody seems to be beating like criminals this season. They would have asked themselves,
Currently last on the table in the UEFA Champions League. Arsenal first on table. For Arsenal, they don't need this game. I
Less
feel
than
like
last.
they should just be preparing for their next Champions League game.
Before they go and carry injury.
Exactly. They should be preparing for their next Premier League game. For Kara Amati, they've not been able to do anything. Just 1 point in the UEFA Champions League. But it's what everybody expects.
But
Because
someone is saying, let them keep the 100% record. I mean, record works, and people always like to keep record. when you keep records and you now get injured, which one is better than to keep them safe and change record and you now get injured?
That's how they started last Champions League. So eventually they got knocked out. Even after defeating the Real Madrid, and it was in the news, but they got knocked out.
Exactly.
So for us now, all of this doesn't matter in heaven.
All of this doesn't matter in heaven. I like that. Okay, Athletic Club and Sporting CP. I mean, this one is like the one you talked about, Ajax and Olympiacos as well. They should go home too.
For Sporting CP, they have not bad so far in the Champions League, and maybe they will just remain at the playoff spot because the top 8 is quite competitive.
Yeah.
For Sporting, if they get all 3 points, it still doesn't mean it can take them to the top 8. That's if they get all 3 points, because they are on 13 points with the likes of Barca and other people. Their season so far in the Champions League for me has been better because previously in their Champions League run, well, they've not been dominant, but this so far so good. They've been able to compete really, really top. So for me, Sporting at the end of 90 minutes, they should get the W here.
Okay, get it right there. Okay, Barcelona FC Copenhagen in this one. Barcelona FC Copenhagen. I mean, they had a very decent win. I mean, beautiful win at the weekend in their league. Now going into the UEFA Champions League. Bamba.
Yes, for Copenhagen, they can still qualify for the playoff if they win their game against Barca. But for me, that's really impossible because Barca, I think Barca, they put themselves in this situation against the likes of Chelsea. They should have gotten even a draw. So for Barca, they put themselves. I don't feel
Chelsea
like
had them for barbecue chicken.
they're not supposed to be at the spot, but it is what it is. The Champions League, the playoff is still part of it. It's still, even the Real Madrid last season had to qualify through the playoff, and they went to play. And they got to the quarterfinals where they played Arsenal and still lost. So for Barca, if they win, should they win, and one of the guys at the top 8 lose, they are going to climb because they are currently on 13 points.
Exactly.
So far so good. It's just Bayern Munich and Arsenal Football Club that is safe. Every other team is not safe.
Still need to
They still struggle.
it.
Yeah. So for Barca against Copenhagen, just because they have a point to prove, that's qualifying automatically to the next round. So Barca should be able to get it.
Okay, Bayer Leverkusen, Villarreal. Bayer from Germany, of course, Villarreal from Spain. Villarreal, they've not been having it smooth in the La Liga, but even in the UEFA Champions League this year, it's not been good for them.
Yeah, for Villarreal, I mean, if it was the UEFA Europa League now, maybe they will be top of the league, but currently they are 19th. Just the same with Kairat Amalfi, 1.2. With all the players that they boast of, the dance off, the show off, Papi Gueye, that just
scored at the
AFCON. Yes, even Nicolas Pepe, who seems to have gotten himself back, but they have not been able to prove themselves in the UEFA Champions League. So for me, for Villarreal, just because they know that the job is over, Bayer Leverkusen, they have to win the game just to remain at the playoff spot. And for me, their form has really dipped, and I don't blame them for that. They've lost a couple of players. But the new coach has been able to manage the situation, at least still struggling in the Bundesliga, still amongst the top. So for me, Bayer Leverkusen, if should they win today, it's going to help them. So I think they would win, yeah.
Okay, they will win. If they win today, it will help them. So they should try as much as possible to win. That's what they need. And of course, from there to the game between Benfica and Real Madrid. Yeah, Benfica, Real Madrid. This is one game that should have been of interest as well. Bamba.
Yeah. For Real Madrid, another very solid side in the Champions League. Just because of their records too, they might not play very, very good at
the biggest boys in the UEFA Champions League.
At the Spanish league, but you see them at the UEFA Champions League. That's when you see the likes of Bellingham. They coordinate themselves. They play well. They play very, very good football right there. For Benfica too, they've not been bad. Their last game in their league, the Portuguese league, they won convincingly 4-0, but it still doesn't take away the fact that so far so good in their league, they've been poor. They lost to Juventus in their last game, which for me, that was what dropped their morale. For Real Madrid against Monaco, it was a thumping. Abeloa wanted to make a statement. That 6-1 was convincing. So for me, Real Madrid, they are currently in the top 8, and if they want to cement their place right there as third position, which I think they would against Benfica. So for me, Real Madrid against Benfica, a win for Real Madrid. At the end of 90 minutes.
Okay, a win. Bam Bam is giving you a hint. He hardly say that. So when he says, take it. All right. And Borussia Dortmund and Inter Milan is another game. And of course, Inter Milan, they showed us that they were ready last time. I mean, they went to the final all through, only to be beaten like thieves who stole a goat in the market.
Yeah. Inter, another solid side in the Champions League. So far, so good. Their records in the Champions League has been top. They remember they played against Man City in the final when Man City clinched that 1-0 against Inter Milan, and it was Rodri who scored the most important game. And so far, so good in their league too. They've been very, very good too. Their league, they've been dominant. Although their last game against Arsenal, they were not impressive in that game. I felt that they should have given Arsenal a run for their money, because Arsenal, they had everything covered. They have for me, they have already maybe at some point qualified to the Champions League, so they should have won the game against Arsenal. But Inter Milan, they were not able to do the job. But now they have another step, one step that they need to win by all means. For Dortmund we know Dortmund to always sell players. They sell players and
They
still
sell player to buy money.
but so far the coach has been able to still manage some of these young guys like Joe Bellingham and a couple of other players right there. Their last game against Tottenham Hotspur, it was woeful too. They lost 2-0. Right now against Inter Milan, just because of Inter Milan's sudden experience in the Champions League, maybe a win or draw for Inter Milan at the end of 90 minutes.
Wow, okay. For Club Brugge, of course, Marseille, yes, Belgium versus France in this one. And any hope for either of them?
Marcel, fantastic team. I love their team. Coached by Dezabi. Greenwood.
And one guy people are not talking about this season is Greenwood. Greenwood is one of the best scorers in the entire Europe this season.
Fantastic.
And people are not talking about him.
It's just because of the incidents.
God, may we not have dent.
But for Marcel, very, very solid team today. And Club Brugge too, they've not been bad in the Champions League, but for me, what Dezabi is cooking with those guys, he rested most of their players at the league during the weekend. So now against Club Brugge, he knows what is at stake. So for me, Marcel, just because of the way they play fantastic football, so I think they would win. Yeah.
Okay, all right. For Eintracht Frankfurt and Tottenham Hotspur, yes, Tottenham Hotspur in England.
Tottenham Hotspur in the Premier League, woeful.
Very woeful.
In the Champions League,
pathetically woeful.
They started on high, just like the way they started under Ange Postecoglou. But against in the Champions League, for me, we can't take away the fact that they've been showing that they are a true Premier League side. Because one thing about Premier League side, when it comes to big competition, they always try to make a statement. Even Newcastle, on the other hand, they've been making statements. For Eintracht Frankfurt, their last 5 games, even against Karabakh, they lost in the Champions League 3-2. Which for me, they score goals. But one thing about Frankfurt is they don't know how to defend. That's why even in their league, they have been having lost. But they are scoring. They are scoring 2 goals. But the other opponents will score 3 goals. So their defense has been woeful. Same thing with Tottenham Hotspur. But in the Champions League, they've been able to manage situation right there. So they played against Dortmund in their last game, 2 goals. I think I said it earlier. For me, Dortmund is a better team than Eintracht Frankfurt. So for Tottenham Hotspur, they've done the job already. I still think they will remain at a playoff, or if not, they can still qualify at the top 8. So for me, Tottenham against
all the way, right?
All the way.
Against Eintracht Frankfurt. Liverpool, Karabakh, and they are even playing at the Anfield.
Liverpool too, just like Tottenham Hotspur too. When you expect them to lose in the Champions League, that's when they become dominant. And so far in the Champions League, they've also been very, very dominant. For Premier League football, they are not there. They are not even part. They are not even part of the top team. But for the Champions League, they'll be dominant. Karabakh, they surprised me in their last game against Eintracht Frankfurt, where they put 3 goals in the basket against. Trying to remember the team again, Club Brugge, right there. So for me, Liverpool, just because of their Champions League experience, that's another thing. You know, one thing about the Champions League is if you've won it, there's that experience that comes with it. Chelsea has won it before. That's why you see that experience. Even with the young guys, they still got the badge on them that, oh, we've won it before. Exactly. That's why it's always good to win it most recently. Like United, just because they've not won it recently, they've not been part of it, it has lost. They've been
there's something that's missing.
Yes. So one thing about the Champions League, if you've won it before, it keeps getting. Even if your performance is not up, at least you qualify to the next round. That's why even Real Madrid, no matter how bad they have,
they will still get to the next.
Exactly. Chelsea, you see them. Liverpool, so far so good even with how poor they have been in the Premier League, they are still going to get to the next round. So for me, Liverpool at the end of the night.
You know, Sengoloa, and of course, Atalanta. I mean, there's no story in that one. But this one, PSG and Newcastle in France. PSG, the former champions, in fact, defending champions, and Newcastle United, a team flying high in the EPL.
Yeah, Newcastle defeated PSG last time out in the Champions League. I remember that particular one with Isak was one of the guys that scored a goal. 4-1. I think at the end of in the St. James's Park.
Exactly.
Even when they played the return leg, PSG played 1-1.
Yes. When he was still in the
exactly. So they played 1-0. So for PSG, so far, just because of the momentum they've gotten from winning the last Champions League. But one thing I love about Premier League sides, against these top guns, they make a statement. You see, let me use Fulham in the Champions League against some clubs that you don't even expect, against Dortmund, against top clubs like Karabakh, you see them make a statement. That's one thing Newcastle has been doing. So for me, maybe a draw.
Okay, let's quickly have this short breather. We'll come to wrap up because there's something going on right now in Naples. Big wahala for Chelsea. In fact, their fans are being attacked. We're coming to that very shortly, but let's have this short breather.
Melody 100.7 FM. Stay cool with the melody.
Gbogbo èyí tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe ayẹyẹ ọlọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan bíi wedding, concert, church crusade, film premiere, tẹ́ nílò indoor LED screen. Iléeṣẹ́ Gold Mender Media ló kájú ẹ̀. Mo ti kó screen dé bíbá lọ́lọ́kan-ò-jọ̀kan léyìí tí ìbẹ́ẹ̀tì tí náà fi ṣe dáadáa tí ó fi ṣàánú yàtọ̀. Indoor LED screen tó múlẹ̀ rókòso gbágbá gidigba. Ṣé ìyá nílò screen fún sẹ́mínà yín tó ń bọ̀ àbí fún anniversary yìí tẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe? Ẹ̀yà tara ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sílé iṣẹ́ Gold Mender Media lọ́dọ̀ wọn nìkan lẹ ti rí indoor LED screen tó fọkànbalẹ̀ tí ò ní ṣe bàlàbàlà. Ṣé ni wọ́n lulẹ̀ yìí ti fẹ́ lò ní àbórí field látòrí 100k ní rẹ́ńtéèjì wọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ̀yà tara ṣàṣàkẹ́ máa bọ̀ sí ọ́fíìsì wọn tó wà ní Road 1A Olúsọjí Avenue extension of WCCI Road Olúyọ̀lé Ìbàdàn tàbí ọ́fíìsì wọn tó wà ní number 28 Amadasu Street Ìgbú Ẹ̀fọ́ Lẹ́kí Etí Òsà Lagos State. Telephone 0803-413-6370 tàbí 0912-188-5200. Iléeṣẹ́ Gold Mender Media ló fi lọ́kàn balẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn screen ìgbàlódé fún ayẹyẹ tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ṣe ẹ gbà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Melody 100.7 FM. Stay cool with the melody.
All right, Bam Bam, let's quickly wrap things up. Of course, the Man City, Galatasaray, we talked about that earlier. But Chelsea, Napoli and Chelsea fans are being attacked. In fact, about 3 of them are in the hospital right about now. And they said the problem, I don't know what's wrong with the people of Naples.
That's sad, honestly speaking. And it's not like they have any rivalry among themselves.
I'm telling you.
Maybe just once that they played most recently. I don't think they've had a couple of Champions League games. So what could be wrong right there? So for Chelsea, what we know them for is always bringing surprises. Chelsea, they can go away from one, play against the big boys, and you see them make commanding victories right there. For Napoli, it's important for them to win this game. If they don't win this game, they're out.
They're out, exactly.
So
always, and they're at home.
And they're at home. So maybe it's one of their antics, but antics should not be affecting fans, abusing fans and all of it. So for me, Chelsea, this is the best way to pay them back on the pitch. You want to attack the fans, we attack you on the field and finish you. So for Arsenal, even if they don't have anything to even prove against Napoli, because they are currently 8th, even if they lose the game, they are still going to be at the playoff. They are still going to be in the next round. So for Chelsea Football Club against Napoli they've lost key players like De Bruyne out to injury. Even Højlund have not gotten back into shape. So for me, Chelsea, easy.
When we come tomorrow, we will definitely be telling you, and of course, who made it and who is not making it at the end of the day. Of course, for tomorrow, our sports show in the morning, we come live. In fact, our programs tomorrow, from the venue. You even see how we do it live right there. Okay, let's wrap things up this evening with NPFL results that happened earlier today. Kano Pillars defeated Katsina United 1-0. Abia Warriors they lost at the weekend at home. Today again at home, they played 1-0 draw with Wiki Tourists. Nasarawa United also played 1-0 with Eyimba, and it ended 2-1 for Plateau United against Rangers. And the game between Rivers United and Academy Warriors was postponed. You know why? because they are in the continent. All right, that's what we get every time. Okay, Bam Bam, let's end it here tonight. Thank you so much for coming through. All right, tomorrow another time we do sport in the morning. Yes, that's how it is. But let's have a breather right about now. Of course, when we return, we're taking you through so many beautiful things and entertainment, music. Don't forget, it's way back Wednesday, but the finals here on Melody 100.7 FM, the cruise show right here.
Melody
100.7.
Hello, my name is Tokwe Alabi. Keep listening to Melody FM 100.7 Basharun Ibadan. Keep listening. Don't touch the dial.
From Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 7 p.m.
We are the real home of entertainment. Melody FM 100.7 Ibadan.
Ọlọ́run àánú, Ọlọ́run àánú, àánú wa mi rí kọ́dún yìí tó parí ọ̀gá. Ọlọ́run bá mi Samuel Ojo pápẹ́lẹ́tọ̀ rẹ̀tì láàbí àjẹ́bá. Ọlọ́run pásítọ̀ Prọfẹ́sà Mojo kúnlẹ̀ làbáyíká kó fàánú wá mi rí. Ẹ̀yin tèmi nìbàdàn, ẹ̀yin tèmi lórí ọ̀lẹ́. Mo ní kí fásitì yìí sọ fún yín pé ó máa tó ṣẹlẹ̀ nìbàdàn lórí ọ̀lẹ́ ní January 29th. Ọjọ́ kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù àkọ́kọ́ tá a wà yìí náà ní ọdún 2026 yìí. A fẹ́ ṣe 1 year anniversary ti Melody FM tó wà ní Ìbàdàn 100.7 FM ti bàbá mi Prophet Pastor Sam Ojo tí gbogbo á pè ní Bàbá Authority. Ibo láti máa ṣe Theophilus Ogunlesi Hall. Theophilus Ogunlesi Hall tó wà níwájú UCH gangan nìbàdàn. Iwájú UCH gangan nìbàdàn ní hall yẹn wà. Theophilus Ogunlesi Hall ibẹ̀ láti máa ṣe 1 year anniversary Melody FM 100.7 tó ń bẹ nìbàdàn tí bàbá wa Bàbá Authority táwọn sí Prophet Sam Ojo. January 29 látàgbọ́ mẹ́sàn-án ẹ pàdé mi tí ní tòótọ́ lọ súnmọ́ wọ́ndà ní gbogbo ìlérí ọjọ́ ìyàwó yẹn pàtàkì lápò síbẹ̀ àwọn àrètí ẹ ṣe.
Bàrà lé àmọ̀ sí o, kọ́tà mi máa lé ọ̀nà o, mo ṣe sáde lédu àná, kọ́tà mi máa lé ọ̀nà o.
láàrin ọdún kan tó dé ló ti gbalẹ̀ gbogbo gba gbogbo lẹ́kílẹ̀ Melody 100.7 FM. ìlú ti Fọlá fi ṣàyẹyẹ ọdún kan lọ́jọ́ Thursday ọjọ́ kọkàndínlọ́gbọ̀n oṣù kìíní ọdún 2026 Thursday 29 January 2026 látàgò mẹ́sàn-án òwúrọ̀ 9 a.m. ayẹyẹ ọdún kìíní máa ṣàrà ọ̀tọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn side attraction lóríṣiríṣi. Alhaji Wasiu Alabi Pasuma máa gbé wa débẹ̀ kan lù sí wa ní bàdí ṣeré fún wa yóò.
Àlàlù proprietor mi bọ̀ sí sáwẹ́sẹ̀ o, káàtúntà mọ́ni ló gbèdé everybody ẹ̀ mú jọ.
Chairman of the occasion, Ambassador Dr. Yemi Farobi, distinguished guest of honor, His Excellency Engineer Luseyi Abiodun Makinde, Gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, special guest of honor, Mogaji Wole Arisikola, Dr. Adewale Kọ́lápọ̀ Kari, Barrister Akeem Agbaje, Dr. Niya Borisade, guest of honor, Prince Dr. Oyelade, Commissioner for Information, Oyo State, Mr. Idowu Ajanaku, Commissioner for Information, Ondo State, Mr. Femi Adesina, spokesman for former President Muhammadu Buhari, the guest lecturer, nígbà tí Prophet Samuel Adébáyọ̀ Òjó Bàbá Authority gbangba gbogbo èèyàn lálejò ayẹyẹ ọdún kan lè ṣe rédíò Melody 100.7 FM ọjọ́ Thursday 29 January 2026 Emeritus Professor Theophilus Ogunléṣì opposite UCH Ìbàdàn láti pàdé ọ̀fẹ́ ní tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì fún gbogbo èèyàn láti wọlé láti pẹ̀lú wa celebrate tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ti wà ní Melody House number 2 MB Mapadero Street Bòdè wá sẹ́mi Báṣọ̀run Ìbàdàn Melody 100.7 FM tó ń gbé wa débẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ káwa náà celebrate yẹ.
Reset one of your presets for your hit music now. 100.7.
What's the difference between me and you? What's the difference between me and you?
See, the difference with me, when I do what I do what I'm doing, but I'm doing it like I'm doing it for TV.
DJ Pretty, one DJ that I'll just listen to. Melody FM 100.7.
DJ Pretty, the finest, you heard? DJ Pretty, the finest, you heard? Can you feel it, baby? I can. Excuse me. Do you think that I might be able to touch you?
nigga, don't lie, ain't got the front for me. I'ma give you these digits that you can call. You can hit me on my cell if I'm not home. All Are you down to swinging it with me? Or could you be blinded by all this ice you see? I'm willing to give you all this love I got, but no relationships involved. Gotta keep it strictly physical. All in love, waiting just for you. So don't pass it up, 'cause you regret it. Say what, yeah, to hear from you. Girl, you gotta be the one, girl, you gotta be the one, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I don't mind making house calls if you wanna go blow for blow. Girl, whatever you're down for, I'm trying. It won't hurt him if you don't know, that's how it's got to be. I understand you got a nigga that lives at home, but I wanna be that cat that makes you moan. See, are you down to swinging that with me? Or could you be blinded by all this ice you see? I'm willing to give you all this love I got, no relationships involved. Gotta keep it strictly physical. All your love, waiting just for you. Ooh, yeah. Pass it up, 'cause you regret it. Now say where, and now you're gonna be the one, girl. You gotta be the one. All your love, waiting just for you. Pass it up, 'cause you regret it. And I've been waiting to hear from you. And now you're gonna be the one. You're gonna be the one. Oh yeah, yeah.
I've been patiently waiting. 'Cause there's so many things we can share, but with no strings attached. You like that?
We are the real home of entertainment. Melody FM 100.7 Ibadan.
DJ Freddy, the finest you heard. DJ Freddy, the finest you heard.
All that we've been through is just so you see me in love with you. I gave you all of me. Doesn't need enough for you. It's all love to be. Now I'm trying to get over you. You ain't missing me and you pick up the phone and call. You don't know me like you used to. Tell me where you going. Standing here alone, you don't know me like you used to. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Remember you said you stepped up on me, seen you running. Had me stressing like a fiend. No, I just can't forget how you put that thing on me. I wish we never met. So maybe I wouldn't be lonely. You ain't missing me at all. No, no. Pick up the phone and call. You don't know me like you used to. Tell me what's going on. Tell me here alone. to me and I won't pick up the phone and call. You don't know me like you used to. Tell me what is going on. Standing here, but standing here, you don't know me like you used to. You ain't used to me.
Yeah, because of booty call, you don't know me again. You used to know me, right? But because of booty call, if you know what booty call is, you would understand. So for those of you who, there are people whose attitude is like that. Somebody used to know once that there's little change in your hand, you don't know them again, you begin to shank them. Or maybe a girl you used to roll with, a girl you used to like, and because there's one that you're trying to booty call, you begin to shank that one. That's why Brandy went to the studio to sing this song for all of those who, because of booty call, will deny the girls they've known before. It's not good. Change. It's not a good attitude. And for you that will, because you've made small money, you don't know your guys again, and you now begin to papa. You just hoot around them, pom. You just wave around. You're just waving them inside the car. It's not good. When you make money, let people feel it. Okay. All right, and you too, not when your friends make money, begin to okay now. All right, it is the finest here right here on this beautiful radio station, Melody 100.7. Tomorrow, everything is going down and it's going gaga. The way you've never seen it before, you've never heard it before, you've never experienced it before, is going down tomorrow. 9 a.m. Everything starts. But we are there from tonight. Yes, everything is going to be ready. The boys are moving. The GM has been working tirelessly, making sure everything. When we're done now, we're going there again to the venue to set everything up, the things that we know. Because tomorrow, Melody Sunrise is emanating from the Theophilus Ogulisi Hall. Yes, Melody Sunrise. Only Eku Jumo for a reason. Yes, only for a reason. Not because we don't want to start Eku Jumo from there as well, but for a reason, and we understand with the management of the hall, talking about Theophilus Ogulisi Hall, the start would have started. Yes, otherwise, even the Baba authorities would have started it from there. So when we're done with the Kojumo, they'll pass the baton from here to straight to the Theophilus Ogulisi Hall. That's where Melody Sunrise, I will emanate. Yes, I will take Melody Sunrise from the hall tomorrow, God willing, and every other thing. For those who will not be available to be with us at the Theophilus Ogulisi Hall tomorrow, all you need to do is leave your dialogue, don't move it, because every action as it's going down there, we'll be rolling everything on the radio, of course on the internet, via Radio Garden and every other listening platforms online. Everything will be there. So just leave your dial locked. 100.7 FM everywhere you go. Okay? Thank you so much. Let's quickly talk about some entertainment now. Okay, for those who have not had their tickets, I don't know how you want to do it, because we've tried so much. We've tried giving you all of this thing for free and asking you to come get them. I'm sure almost everyone has gotten theirs. If you've not gotten yours now, that means you're not ready. Now the issue of Wizkid and all of the Fela Wizkid comparison has continued to dominate the internet still up to today, because the reactions have continued to also go down the way of those who want to react have been reacting. One of the latest who reacted is Dede Mabiaku. Yeah, for those who were born in the 90s, you will know Dede Mabiaku. If you rode in the 90s, you will know Dede Mabiaku. And boys, Gen Zs will not know Dede Mabiaku. Okay? Of course, he was a musician back in the day. He has shared his own opinion and perspective concerning the ongoing debate comparing Fela Kuti, the late Afrobeat legend, to Afrobeat star Wizkid. Mabiaku, the saxophonist, the composer, and of course arranger, who who performed with Fela and became his opening act for local and international shows, dismissed the comparison between the late Afrobeat icon and Wizkid. He stated that there are no single parameters for measuring Wizkid's against Fela's achievement in music. He also credited Fela with fundamentality, building, and of course, shaping modern music, achieving in his 20s what many thought impossible. Mabiaku argued that lack of proper historical education has reduced public understanding of Fela to mere sensationalism, noting that some religious leaders even regarded him as a prophet. Fela Kuti, right there. That's why history is very important. People who do not know now know who. They need to be told who Wizkid is. Who Fela is, so you don't compare Wizkid to Fela. That's what a whole lot of people have been saying. Okay, still talking about the matter, because the matter seems to be coming up every day. As you want it to go down, it keeps coming up every day. Talking about the comparison of Wizkid and Fela. Okay. Right about now, one of Wizkid, yes, has been said to be the only music star that he ever asked to meet. Who is saying this one? His name is Kunle Kuti. Yes, Kunle Kuti is the second son of Afrobeat pioneer Fela Kuti, and he has broken his silence on the ongoing tension involving his brother Seun and Afrobeat icon Wizkid. Admitting that the situation has deeply saddened him. Speaking against the backdrop of the heated debate among fans, Kunle revealed that he holds Wizkid in exceptionally high esteem and was pained by the public fallout between the two camps. According to him, comparing Wizkid to Fela is misguided, as both artists represent different eras, virtues, and cultural missions. So that's what Kunle said. Kunle is actually a son, one of the sons of Fela Kuti. Alright, let's leave that matter like that and move to something else. But still on entertainment, Zlatan Ibile has debunked report making the rounds that he vowed never to marry his baby mama, his longtime partner, Davita Lumai. Davita Lumai, according to an ex-user with a handle about money, had claimed that the rapper vowed never to marry Lumai, despite having 2 children with her. So addressing the post, Zlatan labeled it as fake, adding that anyone who still allows themselves to be misled by fake news in this age doesn't deserve access to the internet. And he vowed to ensure that the fake news influencer face justice for their crime. Talking about fake news, influencer, and all of the things they do that is getting them into trouble right now, let's talk Mercy Johnson. Because the Nollywood actress Angela Okore has reportedly been arrested by her colleague Mercy Johnson for cyberbullying. Angela was said to have been arrested at her Lagos residence yesterday by operatives of the Nigerian Police Cybercrime Center in Abuja. And of course, journalist and founder of BON Award, Seun Oleketui, made a disclosure earlier today, while explaining that Angela spent the night at Yaba Panti police station before being transported to Abuja very early today. He said and confirmed that Angela Okore was arrested at her Lagos residence by the men of the Nigerian police. The development came exactly a week after Mr. Johnson announced that cyberbullying, and of course, they are cyberbullying her and her family, and even her children are losing their minds. And she said it won't be a business as usual in the year 2026. She will not allow anyone to cyberbully her. Okay, now. Wahala, no, they finish. From one wahala to another. Now, TikToker Pella has revealed that he is not considering furthering his education at the moment. Yes, he's 20-year-old now, so he says he's thinking about when he will be 40. That's in the next 20 years. That's when he will go back to school. That's what Pella said, insisting that education would always be available whenever he's ready, even when he's old. He added that he will only return to classroom when he's 40-year-old, and that will be in 20 years' time, because he's right now 20-year-old. Okay, it is the finals here in the cruise show. The entertainment segment of the show is what you're listening to. Let's talk Ashake now. The singer has extended his record as the artist with the most entries in Billboard US Afrobeat Songs chart history. Mr. Money, as he's called, hit a milestone of 60 entries in the chart as his collaborative hit with Wizkid, Jogodo, peaked at number 4 this week. Meanwhile, South African singer Tyler continued her dominance on the chart this week as her song Channel maintained its position at number 1. Of course, she was named the top Afrobeat artist for 2025, and her hit song Water previously held the record for the longest running number 1, spending 55 weeks on the top chart. So in another news, Burna Boy had his first top 20 hit on Billboard Hot 100 this week with his feature on Ghana's track WGFT. The song reached a new peak of number 16 following a remix version with Chris Brown. Burna Boy is the first African artist to debut a song on the Billboard Hot 100 in 5 consecutive years between 2021 to 2025. What a record. What a record. Okay, before I end everything here tonight concerning entertainment, let me quickly tell you that the King Kosoko royal family has officially announced veteran Nollywood actor and filmmaker Jide Kosoko as the Oloja of Lagos elect. The position became vacant following the death of Chief Adebola Ige on July 23, 2017. Kosoko, who is now 72, was formally presented as Oloja elect at the King Kosoko Palace in Eriko, Lagos Island, in the presence of a large gathering of royal family members and well-wishers. The declaration was made by the Olori Ebi General of the King Kosoko royal family, Mrs. Mutiat Ali Balogun. All right, so that's the way it is. And in line with the long-established palace customs, Ali Balogun raised Kosoko's hands in affirmation before the assembly, accompanied by traditional rites and prayers. She was supported by the Deputy Olori Ebi General Oyindamola Ayebola, and who also heads the Meshimo ruling house. So for now, you say congratulations to Jide Kosoko. No, you can't call him like that again. He's an Oloja. He's now Oloja of Lagos. So Baba is now a big-on traditional man. Okay, so let's leave it like that there for the entertainment segment of the show. Let's go back to the deck. When I return at the other side, we look through what's happening here, there, and of course, we get into class. What are we learning tonight in the class? What are we learning? We'll definitely let you know very shortly what we are learning. Okay, keep it locked right here. Don't move, you don't touch it. It's still the finest on the cruise show. And this is Elephant Man with his beautiful song, Logo.
Now when you hear me, log on.
and step on chichi man, log on. From you know say you know icky man, log on. And step on chichi man, dance with a dance and a burn out a freaky man, log on. And step on chichi man, log on. From you know say you know icky man, log on. Somebody tell me say you number one a dance with a dance and a burn out a oh boss. How the brother they coulda not talk, give me pass. You know see that this a dance the people them want. Step on them like a old clock. A dance with a dance and I go show them boom blah. You sure you can bust the new dance to the walk. Make me see the light and the touch them fast. Jeremy come and make us a clap bumper to the brand new dance. Now one of them log on and step on chichi man, log on. Come you know say you know icky man, log on. And step on chichi man, dance me a dance and a ball out a freaky man, log on. And step on chichi man, log on. Come you know say you know icky man, log on. Somebody tell me say you number one a dance me a dance and a ball out a alright cool. You know say them boy you take men for fool. Give and take them to your dancing school. Gather me back it even music and me tool. Alright, shoot now, ha, you know see. You one at the top of them a tweet. Future a art, elephant don't fit it. Put out your right and I put out your right feet. You're gonna run the streets, you know see. Log on, and step on chichi man, log on. Come you know say you know icky man, log on. And step on chichi man, dance we a dance and a ball out a freaky man, log on. And step on chichi man, log on. Come you know say you know icky man, log on. And step on chichi man, dance we a dance and a ball out a alright feet. Chichi man can't stop the one you from BT. We are up in your wrong bed, you can't sleep. You know see the girl them contract, you can't breathe. Future, run him down the boy we get beat. Can't park polish down now Princess Street. Be a ratata, they shot at them wood and a beat. Jeremy turn up the music in the street. It's a new dance around the place. We log on, and step on chichi man, log on. From you know say you know icky man, log on. And step on chichi man, dance we a dance and a ball out a freaky man, log on. And step on chichi man, log on. From you know say you know icky man, log on. Somebody tell me say you number one a dance we a dance and a ball out a boba. But I woulda brother did woulda not talk, give me pass. You know see that it's that the people them walk. Step on them like a old clock. A dance we a dance and I go show them boom blah. You sure you can bust the new dance to the walk. Make me see the light and the touch them fast. Somebody come and make us a glad bumper to the brand new dance. Run the place, log on. And step on chichi man, log on. Come on you say you know icky man, log on. And step on chichi man, dance we a dance and a ball out a freaky man.
Shut up and flow can tell you. Remix to come in them ends well yo. Yo, boom, yo, dirty. So what's that supposed to be about, baby? Girl, free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you tryna pose like I be acting shady? What's that supposed to be about, baby? Girl, free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Shonda Paula, give me the good loving daily. Now you tryna pose like I be acting shady.
You say you love me, but you're never there for me. Yeah. You'll be crying, slowly dying when I decide to leave. All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's that supposed to be about, baby? Can free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Reminisce on all the good times daily. Why you tryna pose like I be acting shady?
You're only lonely when you're home. You ain't got a ride or no loot. Yeah. Then comes the drama. Some other girl is claiming she's going out with you. All we do is make up, then break up. Why don't we wake up and see? When love hurts, it won't work. Maybe we need some time alone. We need to let it breathe.
So what's that supposed to be about, baby? Can free up your vibe and stop acting crazy. Stay there. Dirty, my girl, for the fourth time. I make it very clear to you, you're very dear to me, and all that I appreciate to you, me now unfair to you. Woman, I want to really make you know that I will always join in to you. But me know me not no fear to you, me stand up like a man and I'll be there because I care for you. Long time you're telling me now the girl I compare to you. Woman, if you leave me now, I'm gonna share that I said there for you. You want to breathe and still you're not exhaling. Say you want to leave this relationship failing. Ain't nobody said that it would be smooth sailing. Girl, I want to know why you're failing. Ship you, so what's life supposed to be about, baby?
Hidden agenda? Okay, that's what Craig David telling you right there. Hidden agenda. Okay, from the album in the year 2000. That album was released. Yep.
Let's go to go now. I've heard that before. We do that. Let's see if we can because I do from bit to bit every time. Now the latest. Now one of the latest things in Nigeria is about the Soludo story in Anambra State. The government decided to have the press. Yes, the press. Yes, the government of Anambra State.
Yes. On the order to shut down the Onitsha market, a decision that has generated tension in the state since Monday, following the traders refusal to resume business on a sit-at-home day. You know, they always have sit-at-home on Mondays. So he has decided to say, further going forward now, if this businessmen will not exceed the opening their shops on Monday, they will not be take their shop and destroy the shop in the market. So you know, describe the continual stay at home by traders in the market as economic sabotage and will not be allowed to continue. Insisting that even if it meant revoking the ownership of shops of those who fail to comply or even taking total possession of the market and demolishing it, said he will do it. They will demolish the market. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whose house is God. He will definitely do it. Okay? He was asking them a question earlier. The leaders have always said Mondays, because of security reasons, that's why you don't open your shop. You're scared will come and attack you. But during the Christmas celebrations, you open the shops every day for 7 days. So that means you guys are lying. You know what you're doing? It is sabotage. That's what he said. They are threatening to demolish the shop from Jamil Market if they do not change. The shop still remains Now the Nigerian police has arrested no fewer than 6 suspects for allegedly hacking a telecommunication company in Nigeria. Well, this is contained in a statement by the first spokesman, Benjamin Lindo. It is claimed that the suspect allegedly gained unlawful access into the core systems of the telecommunication company. He said that they diverted airtime and mobile data worth 7.7 billion naira. Wow. 7.7 billion airtime and data is what they diverted. But they didn't mention the name of the telecom company, but that's the story coming through from the Nigerian police. Now to the Abuja FET in Abuja, where troubles have been mounting.